you want a barrier or a blessing, Lavender?
Are you hearing my game?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get a new pair of headsets because this is kind of annoying. Like,
Or
you gotta,
just- you have an attached mic, right? Like a headset mic?
yeah, I could raise it for sure, but I
was
would
gonna
like
say just angle it away a little bit.
No, it doesn't go back or forth. It's a hard piece of plastic goes up and down.
Oh,
Tell me more about.
playing D&D.
Tell me more about your hard piece of plastic that goes up and down.
I don't.
So I'm just gonna stop right there, and I'm just gonna bonk you, and we're gonna move on.
Thank you.
Oh, right.
You're
Since
quite hungry.
Basic was here last time, I don't think he necessarily need a part of the recap. So remember, hey, which non-Zell player did well enough to?
Hooray!
It was my session, so I should tell you guys.
Please.
So, Captain Leo, formerly Leo, before he became captain, which is what happened last session, was blessed by Valkyr, the Storm God, and he's now a multi-class school guy. And we got our ship saved, and we got this cool front of our ship thing, which I forgot what we called, but it's okay. It's in our notes. Then we named our ship. What was it? Zaz's Revenge. I think is what we named it.
Zaz's Vengeance?
Zaz's
Vengeance.
That's right. That's just as good. That's probably better than Zaz's Revenge, because Zaz wouldn't want revenge. So we started sailing towards the island we're supposed to go to in the first place, and then we had this really spooky ghost ship track us down, and so we put up our smoke screen, and now we're deciding if we want to attack it or not.
After a powder keg explosion caused by an invisible flying ghost puncher.
Correct.
Tactics.
Tactic.
Alright, well, we won't wait for basics to get started. We sort of pick up where we were. You guys had seen in the distance the detonation through your smoke screen. The whole night skyline was ablaze for a brief second. You could hear the ow, 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 ow! Leo thudding back down to Earth on your ship, slightly burned and a little bit battered by the explosion, confident that he had decimated their numbers and destroyed enough of the ship that they would easily fall prey to your assault, ordering the ship to head at ramming speed directly 90 degrees into the enemy ghost alien. And then there was some fearful debate about whether that was the best course of action. And I think we were going to pick up in the middle of that debate.
I stand by what I said before.
Hey, don't do it.
And what did you say before?
I said we should ram it and take out this ghost ship, because I definitely burnt to a crisp a good portion of the zombies and the skeleton.
Supposedly.
In theory.
So I'm gonna ring the bell and tell people to man the battle station.
Two arms!
Okay.
He feels disappointed, but he will follow your lead.
Okay, Captain.
No, Marius is not going to quietly let that happen. And
I'm
he's-
gonna be with Marius and be like, this is a terrible idea. We should just leave.
Captain, what happens when we're done with the ramming action? Do you think this, we'll call it a ship, will survive another splintering? Or do you think that sage is going to be happy to see us the next day?
We'll see what's gonna happen after we ram them, and we're gonna board them. We're gonna attack them.
Yes, but what happens to our ship? It's still connecting with something.
Do we
I
need
don't-
to ram them, or can we just sidle up along next to them and then jump across to their ship?
Can I make a roll to see how effective our ship will be against ramming them? Like, will it sink if we ram them?
I feel like it's the
Oh,
roll we get to make
Using
when
my
you do it.
ability as a craftsman, can I see how sturdy our ship is compared to a ramming? Or make a best guess on it?
I actually don't hate this. It might be something you would have a rough idea on based on relative construction. Give me a second to consider what that roll would be.
Okay.
Bad news, Foog. It starts with intelligence.
I don't have a negative intelligence. Thank you very much.
So I'm trying to decide if, like, since you have proficiency in woodcarver's tools, if I can let you roll that. I think I'll let you roll that with the base attribute being intelligence.
Okay. How do I make that roll?
If you click on the tool itself, it should ask you for like
Oh, okay.
base proficiency or base ability score to base it on.
Okay, here we go. Let's see how this goes.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Assessing the way the ship has been constructed, and assuming, hopefully, that the Cordelia prowhead that was gifted to you has some kind of supernatural durability or some kind of magical powers. You think if you were to hit this at full speed, 90 degrees, if their ship didn't adjust heading at all, and you were literally to aim for the perfect T-bone, you think the damage to your vessel would be minimal, assuming that there's no surprises in the hull of the enemy ship. If it's just a ghostly tatters as it appears to be, you should be able to sink, you know, the first third of your ship into their boat without risking significant damage to yours. Again, unless ghost ships are made of dense otherwise. Or if they've got a cargo full of anchors or...
Leo is
Out of
very
barrels.
confident. I'm very confident in this happening, working. I'm confident in our craftsmanship of this ship.
Okay, but only if I get to keep the ship.
Which ship?
Whichever one survives.
Yeah. Play the odds here and just say the ship. Alright, I'm gonna move us to the battle map.
I can't believe you're going to make me turn into a bird again.
I mean, we're not making you do anything. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, I'm 100% making him turn into a bird.
Good point.
It's my fault.
I could turn into a shark and swim away from this wreck.
I like how, like, at least twice a session, Marius's outward discussions are my DM inner monologue.
Well, the good news, Omnipotent GM, you'll have a survivor.
It's all upside for me.
I mean, you'll have at least 6.
I've got the initiative tracker open if you guys want to make sure you have your character selected before rolling initiative. It should auto add to the tracker. And is that a basics I saw log in?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Hello.
Hi, Basics. We're ramming a ship.
I can't believe you're making us do this.
Ramming a ghost ship.
Ah,
A ghostly galleon.
Some might say we're punching a ghost ship with our ship. And that might be in line with a ghost puncher.
Great. So I missed
Are you
it.
sure we shouldn't
Which
just
was that?
rename the ship the Ghost Puncher?
I mean, if this succeeds, I will highly recommend it.
Foob, I can't believe you'd already forget about Zaz like that.
That is. The
Sir,
power's gone to his head.
sir. I multi-classed just for Zaz. Because I love him so much. And I miss him.
Aw.
But punching a ghost is really cool.
It is. Alright. Jezza, the ship is on a careening course for this ghostly galleon on the high seas. Your power-mad captain has ordered full speed ahead and everyone to battle stations. That borderline berserker fury in his eyes. He can't be or won't be talked down. It seems as though most of you have elected to support your captain, but you're the first person to act. What does Jezza want to do?
Okay, so I'm just confirming, because I was kind of just following the conversation. We're ramming the ship. That's happening.
That is happening.
Okay. Confirm the ghosts, the skeletons on our ship over by Kel. Those belong to Kel. Those aren't enemy ones that I've somehow forgotten about since last session.
No,
Yep, those are mine.
Yep, those are
Oh, thank goodness.
skeletons.
Skeletons. I love
Nice.
it.
Okay. I am going to try. Do you say I could go downstairs and check on Little Zaz and then come back up, or do you think that would be too much for one turn?
Movement-wise, I'm sure you have the movement to do that. I guess it just depends on how much you want to do downstairs versus upstairs
Okay.
in terms of like action economy. But just getting down and up, you'll have plenty of move for that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go downstairs. Gonna make sure he's okay, and he's still in his little nest. He's there.
He is. He's still there. He seems nervous. Like
Yeah.
all three heads are sort of cowered low. One of the paws is over the ram's head, like hiding it, shielding it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna give him a hug real quick. Gonna give him some pets and make sure he's okay. And I would like to, if I could, kind of like use a piece of rope to like tie like a restraining line so his nest doesn't like slide anywhere it's not supposed to be, and so he's
Okay.
still secure.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check, or if you're not proficient in that, just a raw dexterity for tying a real good restraint. That's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're confident. He's not going anywhere. Something catastrophic would have to go wrong with the ship before the crib of roping you've made gives way.
Yeah. Okay. So, give him some pets. You're gonna be okay. Just stay here. I'll be back. I'm gonna run back upstairs, back up on deck, and I'm assuming this area right here, this is the forward mast of the ship.
It is.
Alright. I am going to grab onto what I'm assuming is probably like the thing that's by its base there, like the railing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab onto that, and I'm going to be ready for when we make contact with the enemy ship.
Okay. I like it. The enemy forces, as you break through your mist, it starts to dissipate as the wall of mist is like careening against that ghost guy, and it's just kind of like creating these lenticular cloud formations, brushing up against it, creating a wall like at Disneyland that just disappears, giving way to this ship hurtling towards them at breakneck speed. There's very little time for their crew to react or do anything. Several of them draw arms and make ready preparations, but that's not going to stop the ship that's about to ram them. Kel, you react next.
What is the range on? Wow. Well, I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'm going to move about here, as will all of my skeletons. I'm going to have. Those should be. Yes. Those should have more health. I'll fix that in a bit. But all the skeletons are going to fire arrows at the other skeletons and possibly zombie that are in range to it, starting with this one at the top here. And Kel is going to ready a Toll the Dead for an enemy when it becomes within 60 feet, which is apparently already that. So we're gonna start with hitting red with a short bow.
It hits. So piercing.
Second one's going to shoot at red.
Miss.
Third one.
Hit. And the skeleton at red is dead.
And then
Nice.
the fourth one's going to hit blue.
Miss.
Okay. And Kel is going to cast Toll the Dead on the orange captain. I don't think it's a captain. The undead guard, whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
I think purple's captain.
I have to make a wisdom or constitution, I don't remember.
Wisdom.
That seems good, right?
Yeah, that's great.
It's a bummer
job.
I have a +1 to that even.
10 damage. It's necrotic, but I don't know if that matters.
It does not.
I mean, you just got to kite a little bit.
And that is my turn.
Excellent.
Nothing. I'm sorry.
No, I snickered. You didn't hear me though.
Oh.
Kig.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of move here and attach myself to the side of the rail of the ship, bracing myself for impact. Is that I'm gonna take my action if I want to brace myself?
Sure.
Well,
Is
I
there
would
anything
like
else you
to
want
do
to do, or are
damage.
you happy?
Yeah, I want to do damage with my bow. I'm asking if
If you wanted to take an action like, say, lashing yourself to the railing, or taking a defensive posture that would give you advantage on a potential saving throw, that would be your action. If you're just saying, I'm going to move close to something that I could grab in case this goes sideways, that won't confer any in-game benefit, but it also won't cost your action.
Yeah, let's do that because I want to shoot my bow at the purple
Sure.
captain.
You're just nearby a railing so that if something happens, there's something nearby for you to grab.
Cool.
Okay.
And
And who are you shooting at?
the purple captain.
Yeah, buddy.
Does that? I don't think I have an advantage on this roll, do I?
You do not.
Okay. So just a normal bow attack.
A 14
I don't know if that hits.
misses.
Pushing it. Okay. All right. Sweet. Can't
Alright.
copy the Bono archers, but at least I'm safe on the side of the ship.
That's true.
I did have
You're not
4.
Yeah, 4 of them.
All right. Leo, at the start of your turn, you are helming the ship. I need you to make a dexterity check.
Okay. Is that just a normal dex check?
Mhm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm gonna have the ship basically come in at the angle it's presently on.
Okay.
And you get bucked right off. No, me too!
I'm still on the boat.
Everybody move your stuff forward to... I should have probably tried to grab it all. I apologize. The ship makes impact, cratering into the ghost galleon. 2 things happen. First thing is everyone is lurched forward by the sudden abrupt stop of your ship into the other ship. So I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from everybody on the deck.
Oof.
Damn, I should have made that my action.
Oh, it's going to be a good night.
Yep.
I've collectively rolled 6.
Should the undead guards have a health bar and the zombie?
Oh, that'll do it.
Do you not see them?
No.
Let me see.
Also, I can awkwardly move the blue skeleton, but I don't think there's anything we can do about that.
There really isn't, yeah.
I need to
I'm
make
also
like
wondering if that's what's screwing up your hit points, is because I have skeletons on the map.
Hey, Leo, you're off
no.
the boat.
I drag them on. I think.
What?
I wonder if we could make a new monster that happens to just be called Kellingtons,
Probably so.
and then it won't be as confusing.
2 things I want to do on my turn, if possible.
Let's finish resolving this.
Is one of them
dexterity save first.
apologize?
No, absolutely not.
So the save DC was 14, so it looks like Leo made it, Dax made it. It looks like everybody else did not make it. So everyone else is going to fall on your ass and take 2d6 points of damage.
Jesus.
7 points of damage as you're just thrown about, cast around the deck of the ship painfully, smashing and bashing into everything on board. The next thing that happens as a result of the collision is you need to make a fortitude saving throw for the ship, Leo,
Okay.
which is just going to be a 20-sided die plus 6.
So it's 1d, I think 20 plus 6.
Mhm.
Oops.
You can either type it out or use the multi-dice macro.
That didn't do it.
Yeah, do /roll before that.
You right. Okay. Slash
You right.
20 plus 6.
14's a good number. The stress and strain, you can hear it creak throughout all of the ship. And as it comes to an abrupt halt, like there's still this jostling and everything, but you didn't hear that heartbreaking crack of anything significant. You heard minor splinterings and some aching, but it doesn't feel or look like anything on the ship has been permanently damaged. Probably not best to make a full-time practice of ramming enemy ships, but for this time you have gotten away with it.
Nice.
You're off the boat.
Am I? Because I'm right here. I'm right here on the.
You should
There
get
you
off
are.
the boat and get on the other boat.
Well, hold on. I gotta do my action first.
It is your turn now.
I'm gonna rage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna yell out to everybody, "Steal your hearts, lads! We got Valkyr on our side." And then I'm gonna charge onto the boat.
Nice.
Am I still? Is the fly spell still active on me?
I don't know what the duration is, and or
Uh,
if
I
Kel is
kind
still
of.
concentrating.
It's not concentration, and it's up to 10 minutes. Oh no, it is a concentration, but it is up to 10 minutes.
Then you're definitely not concentrating anymore, are you?
I could have kept the concentration for that full 10 minutes because I wasn't casting anything else. It's kind of up to the DM whether that was still within 10 minutes or not.
I feel like we talked a lot about it outside of game, but I feel like in game, not a lot of time has passed. He flew over, he blew up, he came back and said, "We're ramming the ship." I feel like that could easily have happened within a 10-minute window. So, as long as you didn't cast it or want to cast anything else with concentration in the intervening time, I think we'll say that flight is still active for arbitrary.
So that means you don't have mage armor.
Mage armor is not concentration, is it?
No, it's not.
No, but wouldn't it break the concentration?
Mage
No.
armor is not concentration.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind then.
Yeah, you can
Ignore
just
me.
You
One
just slap
concentration
yourself
spell
and you're
per
good for
minute.
8 hours.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a motherfucker if that was a concentration spell?
Oh, that'd be terrible.
God,
That's just my morning ritual, though.
Yeah,
Wake
that's all
up.
they do.
All right, here we go.
All right, then I'm going to assume I'm flying. I'm gonna fly over here, and then I'm gonna throw my javelin, not my javelin, the spear.
You have a
at green.
you have a fly speed of 60?
Oh, I do. So
Yes.
5.
You're going to be out of actions though. Your action was to maneuver the ship into the enemy ship.
Gotcha.
Your bonus was to talk to the crew and rage, and your movement
Then I'll be
is
here.
to fly 60. Yep. Still a very impressive turn.
Cool.
All right. I have 2 delayed actions to resolve with these guys. The orange and the pink, who are waiting for you guys to get close enough, see a target in range now of their longbows, and both of them, unfortunately, will fire at Jezza. Neither of them are any good at this,
Woo!
so they quit and go home. And now it's my turn with this dude, who I've been kind of excited to play. Fubarius, or sorry, Leo, as you fly over towards the enemy ghost galleon, you see one of the flaming skulls from before that's been orbiting around the top of the ship here just start making its way towards you. It's
Okay.
flying at an altitude of about 60 feet off the deck like you are. And its glowing red eyes just suddenly flare with like the heat and fire of 1,000 suns. Each of them issue forth a searing ray of burning light. He'll cast 2 fire rays at you. Oh, a critical miss and a hit. 9 points of fire, and allow me to consult the table.
I don't think we've done a magical fumble yet.
Come on, drop your weapons. Flame eyeballs fall out.
Hit yourself with your own spell.
My eyes fell out. Oh no!
Oh boy.
I had eyes?
Has anyone
Maybe-
seen my contact lens?
My eyes. My brand.
My brand.
Oh no.
Literally exactly what you guys wanted, I suspect, is how this is going to go. He was close enough to the exploding keg when it first detonated that the right half of its face has got these kind of like hairline fractures all around the orbital bone. I'm kind of creating this like spiderweb pattern, and as that side of its head glows red and it discharges that fiery ray, portion of its right orbital socket just cracks open, and there's this arcane explosion, kind of almost spinning it in this whirligig pattern as it descends back towards the deck. It has disadvantage on the next spell attack it makes, as it blew out its own eye socket trying to shoot you.
That's why I don't roll to hit.
Nice.
Wait then.
You know, I was okay with that description until you said blew out his own eye socket.
Sorry.
And my girlfriend didn't like that either when I said it.
I was thrilled with the description. Well done.
Right. Reed, we have crashed into the enemy galleon. Everyone's lurched forward. Some people took some damage. Leo still leading the charge, screaming to arms, flying over there, steal yourselves, and then a giant flaming skull shoots him once and then explodes. And still, this is not the weirdest thing you've done this month. What do you want to do?
Since I was not knocked prone and was kept my footing, can I actually use the momentum of the ship and the impact to increase my distance to engage this guy?
What's your speed normally?
Normally it's 40.
Yeah, sure. I would have thought you were actually that fast already anyway.
I mean, he's just outside.
I'll allow it. That seems very fair.
Great. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and do that and engage him. And as the ship crashes, I leap forward with the momentum and run, dash, and engage this purple dude here. And I'm going to hit him with an unarmed strike. And again.
Both are hits.
And then boom, boom. That last one's a miss, right?
The last one is a miss. 3 hits.
Cool.
22 points.
And that's my turn.
Just checking. As a reaction, I need to check out dice on this for 1 second. As soon as you punch him the first time, a wreath of purple flame begins to just sort of encircle his entire body. You hit the second time, you
Ooh.
can feel it cracking bones. But by the third strike, like you punch through the dried and tattered clothes that he's wearing and into his rib cage. And as you pull your hand back, you see you've created a hole. And inside, where his heart should be, is instead just this roiling, flaming purple flame. Flaming flame. And it juts out of his chest, creating this gout of purple necrotic flame that burns your flesh. I will like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity save. Oh, hey, I rolled a 1. I can roll again. I'm lucky.
Nice.
Good, and you take no damage with a
You're
successful
so
save,
lucky.
right? You dodge backwards, Matrix style, almost landing on the flat of your back on the thing. You feel the heat and the intense power that would have probably rent you asunder, and are grateful that you're so dodgy.
Deep sigh of relief as I look up at this corpse and thing from my back.
Alexis,
Yep.
You're up. We just crashed into the enemy ship. I believe you fell prone from the
Yep.
force of the collision.
I did.
Half of your movement to get up. What's next?
So I move right here, which is half my movement. And I'm gonna pull out some big guns. I'm going to fire a fun spell in a line. You know it. You know it.
Is
It's
it Shadowblade?
lightning bolt.
Oh, nice.
And it's going to be in the line like so. Like that. So it doesn't hit any of the friendlies, but it hits the 2 enemies, and it's a 5-foot line, so it hits both of them.
Just
Oops,
like
sorry.
one bit of advice, like as just from a DPR perspective, if you rotate that to the south 1 square, you get 4 targets. That's twice as much damage.
And do it that way.
I'm getting
Lab,
kidding.
that means us.
Don't.
I know. I'm
don't
just
do
kidding.
don't
I'm
do
kidding.
that.
I know. I'm just kidding.
That was great.
more damage.
Alexis,
You're right.
Alexis is about maximum damage and doesn't care about any of the targets.
No, I knew exactly what you're getting at. I was just
That's
kidding.
why I'm standing behind Alexis.
People in a circle. What did you expect me to do? Fireball.
I had
It's
this moment of
friendly
like, wait a minute,
fire.
that's me.
Yeah,
It's
but it shows
friendly
up on the
fire.
meter. Can I make a dexterity save?
It is a DC. Hold on. It's theoretically a DC 15, but it might be a 16. Hold on. I need to make sure that this magic item I have doesn't come into play with that.
I think it's just on attack rolls. I don't think it affects the saving throw, but I could be mistaken.
Well, let's go into the actual items. Wand of the War Mage.
I'm gonna roll for orange and purple.
It's a +1 to spell attack rolls. Yeah, which I need to remember I have that because it's not actually in my affected on my sheet. I think it's just written in, which I need to fix at some point.
So full damage on the soldier, half damage on the captain.
Correct.
Hit me. Oh, you already did 25.
I already did. It was 25.
Damn, son.
The soldier is singed significantly, where your purple lavender lightning bolt seared through his breastplate. It literally melted the steel, burning a hole straight through him into the captain, who seems to be protected by some kind of like almost eldritch field of necromantic energy. The beam is almost sort of deflected as it ricochets and ripples around his body, still hurting and burning him, but he seems slightly more stout than everything else. And it is Marius's turn.
All right. Well, I didn't mean to click that button, but that spell that I posted is exactly what I'm casting.
Okay.
It gives me the ability to spend my bonus action to heal someone within 30 feet for 2d6. So he's going to cast it, realize that Leo is too far away, like visibly roll his eyes, and shuffle for his move action to get within 30 feet so that you get the healing.
You're such a great person.
As the healing energy, the aura of vitality washes over you, each wound that it closes goes.
That spell chain is going to be, I think I hate you, Valkyr.
Nice. That is an action and a move. You
Yeah.
have a bonus left, I think.
No, the bonus is using the aura to
Mm,
heal.
mhm.
So I'm just going to roll this number real quick, and that's my turn. Heal that much.
That's a lot. Thank you.
Ugh.
1 second, gang.
Does it mean everybody healed for that much?
No, I just can pick someone within the aura to do that.
Okay.
Gosh, I wish that'd be really cool.
That would be
It
pretty
would
cool.
be.
That'd be super cool. Yeah, when do you get your tranquility spell?
Isn't that
Level
this?
13.
Where you just AoE heal everybody?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Guys, I promise it was not my healing spell that broke dry.
Unless it
Oh,
was.
it was that!
It was trying to figure out why you guys
Wow.
were clipping on the ship. The captain speaks some deep, echoing words, and giant, shadowy black tentacles erupt out of the deck of the ship and try to ensnare people nearby. We'll resolve those in just a second. He then reaches out a barnacle-encrusted skeletal hand and attempts to touch Reed.
Bad
We will
touch.
call this bad touch.
No touch. No touchy. Hey, don't touch me there. This is my no-no
so
square.
This is my no-no square. Yes, I cast bad touch. Reed defends with no-no square. Excellent. Give me just a second for these tentacles. Oh, okay, it's when they start their turn, so not yet. Jezza, you begin your turn adjacent to one of the tentacles. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, did no-no square work?
It did, yeah.
Yes!
He only rolled a 10.
Oh, excellent.
Damn, Jezza.
Nice.
You bob and weave and dodge, and it is unable to grasp you. Nothing bad happens to you.
Okay.
And it is now your turn.
All right, so I was knocked down, so half my move.
Yes, sir.
So 27. Since this is normally never an issue for a move, but okay, cool. So I am going to towards the captain. I'm assuming this area of the ship is slightly above the ghost ship.
It is, yeah.
So I'm
Like-
going to
The prow is technically buried into her hull, but we are
Yeah.
a
So
taller
from
ship,
this, basically right here above this
Mhm.
guy, I'm going to jump, and I'm going to attempt to do. As I'm coming down, I'm going to attempt to unarmed strike the ghostly fire captain 4 times.
Okay.
Do you require special anything for the jump attacks, or?
Not unless you are trying to do anything fancy or special. If you're just narrating your action, you're gonna make 4 normal attacks now. If you
Yeah,
want to do
okay.
risk reward jumping like we've done before, I'm game.
Nah, just 4 normal attacks.
Copy that, sir.
So it is flurry of blows. So that is 1 bonus action. Yeah. Burnt. 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 I don't know what his AC is, so.
All of those hit.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
Fuck him up.
Yeah. Your oh, actually.
Oh, actually, they don't hit. Oops.
They do, but I just realized I have a monk question that I feel like I should know the answer to.
Okay,
So
shoot.
you have the trait that makes your unarmed attacks count as magical weapons, but does that translate into monk weapons counting as magical weapons, or since you attacked with your staff, did you? Or
Those are all unarmed strikes.
Okay, cool. Never
Yeah.
mind then.
No, I made that specifically because I don't have a magic stick.
Yep.
The
You made the
magic.
correct decision.
I
We
want
need to get you a magic stick.
He's got resistance to bludgeoning from non-magical sources, so it's thinking, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, these all hit. He is indeed at 3 hit points. And
Oh
once
my
again,
god, he's still alive.
You beat the bejesus out of another big bad guy. That's 31 damage, son.
Yeah,
With in this game without cooldowns, that's pretty solid.
that's fair.
I assume you're done.
Yeah, because that was move, action, and bonus action. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Excuse me.
You're excused. How dare you?
Please refer to the meme I posted.
Oh, is it the Johnny Depp ones?
No, the sneezing one. I posted it on Sunday
Oh,
Oh yes.
or Wednesday. Sorry.
The two undead skelly zombies try to hit Jezza and are unsuccessful. The soldier attempts. Who'd we lose?
My bad.
He will make 2 attacks with his longsword. Are those both successful? Yes.
yeah, 17.
Jezza, you take 18 points of slashing damage from the soldier,
Ow.
and Reed, the other soldier, will make the same attack, 2 slashes with his longsword against you. Hit and miss. Is that correct? Yes. 7 points of slashing for Reed. And it is Kel's turn.
Seeing an opportunity to take out the captain, all 4 skeletons are going to aim their bows at the captain. I assume that does that first
The
one
first
hit?
one's a hit. And 6 will do it.
Ha!
Skeleton and skeleton crime.
I killed the captain.
I am the
I'm the captain now. We're gonna focus on the orange one next.
Okay.
Super
let him-
stupid question.
The 22 hits.
If the captain is dead, do the tentacles go away?
Spell roll. You can roll damage on the 22.
Already did.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry.
I asked.
8 takes him to 1. And 20 hits. And 7 kills orange. And circle takes the square.
And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the green zombie.
Okay.
So wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom. Oh no.
I'm just here to clean up. Oh, nice. No more tentacles.
It was a concentration spell, so. And the Zombo goes to 2. That was a good round. Turn.
Did he
It's not over.
Wait. Did he make a concentration saving throw when he took that shit ton of damage from Jezza? Not that it matters.
I did not, but yeah, as it turns out, he died a second later. Well, 6 seconds later. Yeah. I think you still have your action. Oh no, you told. Never mind. Do you want to move?
No, I'm good where I am.
Kig the Sword.
Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna move either. I just want to attack purple.
Purple's dead.
Oh, I guess that's kind of like a pink magenta-ish.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack that with my bow.
Okay.
Which should have advantage since Reed is right there now, and then my sneak attack will do some.
It will if you move within 30 feet of it.
Oh, okay.
Sneak only works if you're within 30.
Then I will move to right there. Thank you. And yeah, I'll attack with my sword. Not my sword. Sorry, my bow. Jesus.
I load my sword into my bow.
Sorry. I was sleeping. That's why I came late. So here we go.
Why they call me Kig Bow Sword.
That'd be too. That'd
That's
be
why
really
they call me
cool.
Kig the Bed.
Ooh. Okay. I'm assuming that hits.
It does.
Dope.
27 points of damage is a nice hit.
I slam him.
Halving his hit points.
I only have.
Either
Alright.
like right through the skull or maybe through an eye. I feel like the only thing that'll do a significant chunk to a zombie in a single attack has got to be brain damage.
Do they have brains?
I think that's all they have left.
Like hit them in their stomach, brain damage. Alright.
It's often where I keep mine.
I end my turn there.
Okay. Captain Leo.
I'm going to. Can I move through a target without doing an attack of opportunity as long as I'm still within its range?
I think I understand what you're saying, and the answer is yes.
Like move here?
Like if you, yes, as long as
Okay.
you haven't left something threatened area, you're good.
Okay.
You know,
I'm gonna move
dancing around it.
through it, and I'm going to reckless attack this this skull guy with Manville.
Okay. That's it. I also just realized that Captain Leo is dangerously close to Captain EO.
I don't get
no.
I don't get it.
Oh, Michael Jackson very famously had a Disneyland ride called Captain EO.
Oh.
Hold on, I gotta research this.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do an extra attack and hit him with Manville again,
Okay.
and it's gonna be reckless.
Aren't they all really?
Yeah, they are.
Hit.
Yeah.
14's a good strike.
And then I'm gonna make my spirits taunt this skeleton about how he blew himself up.
Na boo boo. And you moved. Cool. Enraged, the flame skull skeleton will fire both of its fiery rays at you again. The first one is normal, the second one will have disadvantage.
My attacks are
Both
reckless.
miss. Oh, that's very honest of you.
It is.
So this one, we'll say that the first two, because you would have had advantage, were 7 and 11. And then the next one hits with 23, or would you like me to re-roll that?
That's fine. No, it's fine.
Okay, 23 hits for... 8? No, that's not... 17 points of fire.
Okay.
And it is Reed's turn. Wait, no, that's not right.
Displeased at being attacked from behind, Reed instantly turns around and strikes at the pink guy here.
Oh, Pinky, huh? Hit.
Yes.
Hit. 10
And then
points.
we'll spend key point to do 2 more.
Both are hits. And
Hey,
another 10 points.
10 and 10.
10
Nice.
the easy way, 10 the hard way. Cool. Do you want to move, or are you going to stay right where you are?
I do not want to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity, so I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay. It is now Alexis's turn.
Oh.
The tide of battle has definitely turned in favor of your team. What do you want to do?
Move over. And I had an idea, and then I lost it. Use chromatic orb on this guy. On the skull thingy.
I feel like I'm gonna have to make a saving throw of some kind.
There's a chance.
I'm
Does
gonna guess
chromatic
wisdom.
orb work in the sky? If something's flying?
I don't know. Does it?
A creature that you can see within range of 90 feet. Seems promising.
Alright.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be with advantage. I'm sorry. So it becomes 12 because of the thingamajig that you can't see.
And its armor class is 13.
Oh,
Oh
well,
no.
I missed.
jeez.
A
I
very
missed.
expensive firework leaves Alexis's fingers. A 4-inch diameter sphere of multiple energy types streaks past the flame skull, detonating in a starburst in the sky.
Leo is very impressed.
Ooh.
Ooh, you definitely distract him for a good 5 seconds.
Marius, it's your turn.
All right. Well, keeping up with the mood that he's in for today, Marius is going to roughly brush past a bunch of skellies so that he can use his bonus action to try and heal Jezza. Because, geez.
Oh, I did not pay attention to that. I'm sorry. I could have healed you.
No, it's okay. I can also heal myself. It takes my turn, but I can heal myself. Once per combat.
Ooh,
Once per.
Oh my lord.
it's a lot of colored numbers.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah, long rest.
And then the plan is, since the good heal spells are all touch spells, and he's not going on that ship, are you out of your mind? He's going to fire off a guiding bolt, which has never hit. He has never successfully cast this spell for this campaign. So here we go.
Who are you targeting?
I'm going to be targeting the. I'm going to target the big pink. They're the big flying skull because that's funnier, and it would either he misses and he's just as bad as everyone else, or he hits and everybody has to praise him some more.
I'm sorry. Don't let me in with the rest of them.
Just
I think
make
I
sure
click.
I'm on the same page. Zell, was that 12 a heal for me or?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm just making. No.
Sorry, I rolled that and then immediately was like, oh right, now I got to figure out how to cast a spell.
Right.
That one.
It hit. Nice.
It did
Yeah.
hit.
All right. I don't know how to do the damage roll though, so I'm just going to roll 46.
Click Guild
If you
Guiding Bolt.
Click Guiding Bolt, it should.
Oh hey. Yeah.
But no promises.
Nice. Fuck him up.
Your guiding. Oh, actually, you describe it. What does it look like given it your starry nature?
Oh, it's exactly that. It looks like a brilliant white comet. And so that it'll fly off with practically no effort at all because that's how Marius works, and he'll just mutter, "Oh yeah, that wasn't that bad."
Oh my god.
Leaving behind a small aura of energy that outlines the target, granting advantage to the next attack made against him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does more than just damage. I forgot because I've never successfully done this spell.
There's a step 2, guys. All right. We're back to Jezza at the start of round 3 only. I think this has been a very efficient combat.
You
Last
gotta make up for the other time.
What?
We have to make up for the last battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I had full confidence in you guys, which is why I rammed the ship. And so
Sure.
far, you're proving me right, which is great.
Sure.
I'm glad we rammed the ship.
Me too.
So
I am
green and blue are just normal zombies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much bog standard undead.
The swordsman is dead. It's pink, or
It's got a few hit points left.
okay. I'm gonna move here. Wait, hold on. That would cost me. Yeah, so I'm gonna do 4 unarmed attacks, so key point for flurry of blows on blue. Just because this is my job now.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Alright, so we'll roll the crit fumble first.
Yep. I don't think 7's gonna be that bad. Have to find the weapon attack roll fumble on a 7. You lose your combat footing, exposing yourself to your enemies, which I think means like open to opportunity attacks, not you show them your private business.
I hope so.
Your enemies have advantage on their first attack roll against you next round, which God willing there won't even be a next round for them, so that's not so bad.
Okay, and now I'm gonna roll the critical, or should I roll the damage first?
It's up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the damage. So first attack, second
Mhm.
attack, critical attack.
The first 2 kill him. So if you want to apply the critical attack to a
I will apply it to
pinky, or I guess that's all that's left.
green.
Or the green, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 11 or 12 to green, and then this is the critical hit.
Is it safe to say that your critical hit was a roundhouse kick?
Depending on what the critical hit table says.
It says that you're allowed to take the disarm action after your attack. You attempt to disarm your opponent. Well, we can color this, describe it however you'd like to, but your attack also kills him. So I kind of see it like you punching the skeleton so bad that its downward striking scimitar flips up in the air, and you can either like kick the handle, sending it, shunting into the deck board beyond him, just like it's a super cool martial arts move, or if you want to, you can turn your back and catch it behind you, and then do a flourish with it to sort of intimidate and impress the rest of your party.
Can he?
Can I kick the scimitar at the flying skull?
Sure, why not? It's a critical hit.
Yeah. Do you want me to make a roll for that?
Yes, please. Yeah, improvised weapon, so just a proficiency plus dex.
Fuck, where is improvised weapon?
Can he legitimately just disarm the zombie, like remove its arm?
So how would I roll this, right? Because I have my proficiency bonus, I have my dex modifier, but like,
Do you have any weapon that doesn't have a magical bonus? Actually, just your unarmed strike would be, I think, mechanically the exact same thing, because you aren't getting any bonuses from that aren't dex or proficiency, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just unarmed strike. 13 matches. I'll roll a d4. Oh my god! That's exactly the amount of hit points he had left. So after disarming the zombie and punching him in half, the scimitar spirals up in the air. You take aim of all the bodies that are in motion. You flip kick, spinning on your right leg, using your left heel to launch into the pommel of that scimitar, sending it spinning towards the flame skull. The tip embeds itself in the already damaged orbital socket, and it explodes in a puff of green and red flame.
Oh.
KO.
Don't wanna, ruin the moment, but you're gonna get promoted to first mate. That was super cool.
And I'll just keep
good
cleaning up like I've been doing all fight.
Bring out your dead.
I'm not dead yet.
Does that hit?
It does not. They're well armored.
How about
also
that one?
misses.
Well, fuck.
17 is the number.
Well, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
No, I can't do that.
Nope.
Best I've done, but and dead. As soon as the last discorporated soul on that ship is vanquished by you guys, the ship itself starts to dematerialize. You find yourself sinking into this sort of like green gelatinous ooze. It's becoming almost incorporeal. You're starting to watch all of the masts and ropes just turn into vapor and get caught in the wind and dissipate completely.
No, I wanted the ghost ship. Oh well.
I want to swoop down and pick up my crewmates.
Is there any chance to like grab any kind of loot at all and still make it back onto our own ship in time?
Make a perception roll for Reed.
No.
Dax is, or not Dax. Leo is yeeting people back up on deck as his flying barbarian self tends to want to do. You push him off, saying, I'll go last, knowing that you can make the jump easily by yourself, making sure that everybody gets off first, and kind of just making sure you don't get ambushed and something unexpected. As the ship sort of collapses in on itself, like all of its superstructure is dematerializing, planks crack in half and then just kind of poof into, green particulate matter that gets caught in the wind and taken away. A small iron-bound footlocker skitters across the deck as it's sort of, being devoured on itself like a black hole. The iron-bound footlocker does not appear to be made of the same stuff as the ship. In other words, it was probably brought on after whatever reanimated them. This might be, something from this world. But it's skittering towards the hole in the chest where everything is disappearing.
Can I make a dash for it to grab it and toss it up?
I will let you make the attempt to. It's going to take the form of a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You'll take necrotic damage falling into the void if you fail, and if you succeed, you grab the chest and dash back to your ship gallantly.
All right. Crossing my fingers.
Is there any way for me to assist him?
Not this time.
Okay.
You're getting everybody else off safely. I think that's going to occupy your time. I'm going to give this to you, Reed. You dash across the incorporeal boards that remain on what remains of the deck of the ship, sort of that cartoon style of jumping on portions of a bridge as they're falling apart, grabbing the footlocker, and then just bounding backwards, stepping on basically air as you make your way back to your ship, just in time to watch the entire thing devour itself, leaving just a void in the ocean for a moment until the water rushes in to fill the empty space where the ghost galleon once was.
Yay. Do a little hop and an air kick thing in celebration of the great generosity of our DM masters, allowing me to make that. And I will inspect it.
As described, it's about maybe 2 feet long by 1.5 feet wide, 8 or 9 inches tall. It's bound in iron banding and has a modest lock on it. It's obviously designed to store something valuable.
Hey, Jezza, look what I found. She's closest. She's the monk. She's who I whisper to. I'd look at Leo and say, back off. This is mine. You put us in this situation. I got this.
I'm not going to take anything. I'm just curious what it is.
Oh, I get to keep this boat, right?
You mean the Ghost Puncher? No.
It's already been renamed.
The Ghost Puncher. Love it.
Captain Ghost Puncher of the Ghost Puncher.
Exactly.
No, it's still named the Zaz's Revenge. I'm not going to change the name. I like that name too much. That one too.
Unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure.
What's in the box?
Yeah, Reed's going to attempt to open it before asking for help, see if he can do anything with it.
What's in the box?
Do you have Thieves' Tools proficiency?
Do I? No.
Then a dexterity check with disadvantage, please.
I guess. Me. Whoa.
Could be worse.
I have proficiency with... Wait.
Reed's attempting on his own before asking for help.
Okay, well...
Reed, you try to open it, like just turning the latch. That doesn't work. There's a locking mechanism attached to it. not knowing a whole lot about it, you just take a small dagger and just kind of stick it in the keyhole and wiggle it around a bit. There is a surprising amount of give. You're able to force the dagger more than you would have thought, and it feels like maybe you're going to get it all the way to open. And that's when you hear the sound of a glass vial crack inside, and you can hear and feel a liquid in the chest now moving freely.
Oh no!
Fuck. Discreetly kick the box to Leo and say, "I didn't do it."
I'm gonna pick up the box and take it to Zaz. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take this to the expert. And I'm gonna walk over to Zaz to kick the sword and be like,
Wow.
Hey, what the fuck? I know how to use thieves' tools.
I also know how to
Do
use
you
these
know?
tools.
Yes, so do I.
Yes.
"Do I know you know that?"
Yes.
Then I totally go to Kel instead.
You're
Sorry.
like, "That's good."
What the heck? Zaz is right there.
You're right. Zaz is the boat, and his vengeance is swift, like the boat speed.
True.
Well.
Kel, you take a crack at it. You actually have a set of thieves' tools. You manipulate them to try to spin the tumbler of the lock into position, but it's not moving smoothly at all. Something has damaged the internal workings of the lock, and it feels incredibly sluggish and difficult to move. And you can smell, if you put your face close to the box, something almost like corrosive and burning.
That's it. I cast knock. This is annoying. This stupid lock.
You just set it down on the deck, casting your spell. You just knock on it. There's this resounding, like booming knock that fills the air around everybody, and the lock snaps 3 times and then just clicks open, and the lid just clamshells open 1/4 inch.
I look in the box.
Throwing the footlocker open, you see that there are a number of gold coins laid out sort of haphazardly. Maybe they were stored haphazardly, or maybe all the shaking has dislodged them from their orderly state. There was a secondary container that seemed to contain a series of rolled scrolls or some kind of parchments, but they have been completely eaten away by whatever was in that cylinder. It smells vaguely like vinegar, but it has turned the delicate parchment into mulch water.
Well, great. Good job,
What
Reed.
did we learn?
We learned we don't ram a ghost ship.
We
I'm sorry.
leave the
That
locks
came
to
out
the experts.
successfully, okay?
Oh yeah, Zel, that's a good point. I think probably we can just call everybody at full with 8 charges, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody just make your hit points their maximum. Maria still has that aura up for 8 more uses, so even with bad rolling, I feel like we get there.
Hey, look, Cal, more gold for you to eat.
Excellent.
Nom nom.
How much gold is it?
There are 600 coins exactly.
600
Nice.
gold coins?
600 gold coins.
Holy shit. We just doubled our income.
It's a lot of
Nice.
money.
Don't eat it all in one setting.
And I'd love to tell you who it belonged to, but I can't.
Because somebody fucked it up. Reed.
Hey, if I hadn't stayed behind and grabbed it, you wouldn't even have the gold. You're welcome.
See, the good news is that Reed has alleviated any sense of guilt about taking. We don't know.
It's all good.
Leo would like to make a speech to the crew saying how proud he is and how he knew we could do this, and anyone who didn't believe in him should just go home.
Just start swimming.
Just
Off
start
in
swimming.
this damn boat.
But everyone else is his friend, and we had the power of Valkyrie at our back, and which is why we were able to succeed.
No, I like that first part. Let's talk about going home.
Leo, make a persuasion check to represent your effectiveness in bolstering your crew's morale.
It wasn't good.
It was going really well until you're like, and if you don't like it, leave. Start.
If you don't like it, just get off the boat and go home.
Yeah. You didn't quite stick to landing with the Independence Day speech, but you did well.
Man, I want to
Alright.
know who that box belonged to now, and I'm really sad.
I do actually
Captain
feel
Jack
really
Skellington.
bad about being allowed to succeed like that and then fucking it up.
I think those are actually more fun, more often than not.
Yeah.
See,
The
now
game
we
is
can make
boring
our
when
own
it goes
story.
exactly the way you're expecting it to.
Probably belonged to the captain, and it's a really tragic story.
Captain Jack
Oh, well.
Skellington.
Yep. His handicapped children will just starve to death. Mine now.
We're supposed to take the 600 gold to someone else, but now we just keep it because we're a bunch of bastards.
Yeah, it was a down payment on a flying ship.
Oh, that would have been great.
Too bad.
So I'm gonna buy a magic weapon.
Oh man. All right. Are we back on course then, following the seer's instructions? Or is there anything else you guys would like to do in this region?
No, besides finishing studying that spell. But that can be
The
done.
curse? Yeah, yeah. I actually thought you finished that yesterday.
No, you told me I could only do 2 of the 6 hours, so today was the one where I would finish up the 4 hours.
For sure then. Yeah, definitely we'll have tons of time left over in today for you to finish that.
Okay.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
What's the requirements for crafting magical items? Specifically
7.
like weapons.
7.
Did you
7?
like my answer?
I mean, it's a good answer. I
Thanks.
spend 7 gold to get everyone magical items.
There's a number of ways to handle it. The economy in 5th edition is not great. If you were to read the rules on crafting the item as it's written in the book, it in almost all cases comes out to basically you have to spend the amount of money it would cost to buy the item to create the item.
Okay.
With the rare exception being the artificer class, which would allow you to imbue weapons for a far greater reduced cost, but there's only a few that you can imbue in that way. Most DMs have sort of agreed universally throughout forums and websites and understanding generally that it's best kind of hand waved and house ruled. So I like it when it takes the form of like building an important item that would require like questing or the acquisition of some very expensive material components. I don't like the 3rd E version of crafting as much, where it's just it takes 124 days and 51,000 gold,
And also some of your
that's it.
experience too.
Yeah, and some of your experience cost. So I'm willing to discuss any of those options with you if you're serious about wanting to craft items, but I tend to come down on the more story-driven side of things than the mechanical side.
Okay. I am serious about crafting some items.
Okay.
I'd like to maybe start thinking about crafting some magical weapons for crewmates.
Okay.
I have been collecting bits and pieces of like mats along the way of defeated enemies. I wonder if I could spin those to make things.
Let me like codify some rules between this week and next time we play, and I'll give
Okay.
you like a base idea of what I'm thinking, and we'll see if we can agree on something that sounds like it would be fun.
Okay.
I don't like the 5th edition like book version of it isn't very fun, and
Sure.
it's certainly not narrative. So yeah, so we spend the rest of the evening Leo bolstering his crew, Kel finishing the research on their spell,
And also arcane recovery.
Nice. Does anybody else have any other activities to do on ship?
I'm gonna go check on my boy.
I think Reed actually wants to go do the same thing.
Okay. Going downstairs, he's fine. He's actually smiling now. It seems like all of the action and the excitement of the ramming and then the dispersal and he kind of like he's not a vampire, but like he kind of feeds off of the emotions of the people around him. So if everybody else is amped, he tends to get excited also.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get him settled and ready for his nighttime meal.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought I was checking on the Chimera.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think I'm talking about?
You said. Never mind. You made the vampire reference. My brain instantly thought zombie or vampire or something undead, and went monster mode.
Speaking of
No,
which,
just
I would like.
go ahead.
No, you can finish.
No, he's what I was saying, Dax, is that like at that age, a lot of young, especially
Got
like
it.
non-humanoid creatures are like social vampires. They kind of just take on whatever's being, emotionally presented to them. Like if you're angry and sad, they'll be shy and timid. If you're happy and outward, wagging tails and looking for playtime. So he saw what happened as like the onset of playtime, so he's got, positive energy and is looking to play.
Hey,
Once you guys kind of get him settled down, maybe play some games with him and feed him, I'd like another handle animal check, please.
With advantage or normal?
If you guys are going to work cooperatively, I don't remember. Does one of you have it trained?
no.
Not that I'm aware of. Nope.
I have
Okay.
a +2, but that's it.
Oh,
Then
proficient. Yeah, no, I don't.
if one of you wants to check a 10, then they can give advantage to the other person. So rolling that skill, and if it's 10 or better, you successfully grant advantage to the other person who's piloting them.
What do you think, Reed?
Nope.
Then Jesus making the roll naturally. You have a hard time like creating meaningful bonding time with him. He or she is still just so very amped up and excited about things. They won't focus on dinner. They won't focus on, anything you have to say to them. You basically just have to keep playing the ball game with them until he is tired and ready for bed. It's not frustrating because you care about the poor little creature, but at the same time, it's not what you were hoping for today, and it feels like a lost opportunity for training.
Yeah.
Hey, Jezza, what if we cut off a small length of rope so we could play tug of war with it?
That is a good idea.
I'll
Another
leave you
chance at a
guys to
roll.
play. On deck, anybody else have anything they need to be doing?
Two things. A thing and also a question. Kel would like to spend time with Opie and also their skeletons.
Like family time?
Yeah, like family time.
Okay.
My other question is, I did not realize that I can change out my cantrips when I level, and I have my cantrip Frostbite that I have not used since we started this game, and I'm wondering if I can swap that out for something else.
Yeah, we just leveled up. I think a little grace period would be fine.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna figure that out.
Yes, everybody else on deck is watching as Kel is researching a spell methodically, transcribing it into their necromantic tome while playing some kind of heads-up 7-up game with Opie and a gang of skeletons, while members of the crew sort of watch on like, is this really happening? Like, I don't know if this is cute or disturbing.
I forgot the name of his dinghy. Something.
The Ultimate Avenger Revenger? Something like that?
The U-Arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ultimate Avenger Revenger Craft.
Nice.
If there's no other actions that people want to take this evening, the ship is going to sail through the night, and we'll all do bedtime rituals. Cool. This day closes. Everybody gets their 8 hours of uninterrupted beauty sleep. You'll wake in the morning fully restored, spells at maximum, abilities refreshed, hit points at full. And I'm going to make a roll.
Part of my morning rituals are recast Animate Dead and also slap on Mage Armor again.
Fair enough.
I am, for once, also going to slap on Mage Armor.
There you go.
It does seem prudent.
2 more to my armor class seems like a good idea.
So in the morning, oh boy.
In the Navy.
Yeah. We're gonna do my check-in with Kel thing first.
Constitution saving throw this time?
I actually don't need a throw from you today.
Oh.
I'm going to grab you. We'll go to D&D. Are we bringing
Hubarius?
Leo with
Yes.
us? Okay.
Well, don't I feel freaking special?
I know, right?
Let's go play tug with our Chimera friend Zaz Jr. Tug of war.
Yeah, that's adorable. All of that playtime that you guys have. Marius is working. Like, he's got to figure out where we're going. He's looking at his charts all night. And then he looks around and sees all of you kids playing on deck. Just, God dang it, this sucks.
I'm not playing. I'm reading books. I'm just on the mast, with my hood down just so the light's not catching it, just reading a book. But not actually reading a book. You don't actually see that. I'm actually watching the sunrise. And just being like, man, sunrise is cool to watch, especially on the ocean. But, cool kid syndrome can't give away that you like the sunset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody said something, because I was about to be like, I guess no one knows what I mean.
Nope, no clue.
I actually low key really like sunsets though, and sunrises by proxy. Sunsets are better than sunrises though.
Boy, I hope Try doesn't have a ton of viewers for this, or this part's going to be really boring.
Yeah.
He says, going on Twitch to see if anybody's watching.
And seeing if that conversation is on the Twitch, and you're like, oh shit.
So chat, how's it going? You guys having a good time?
2 whole viewers, which means there's at least someone plus me.
That's probably Meg.
Oh no, I don't want to hear my own voice. Oh no. Oh, that's bad.
So I finished my my game of Humankind while I was doing that. I was paying attention, but I was like, right at the end, it was like 30 turns left, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I got 5th out of 6. I'm like, I clearly don't know how to play this game, and I closed it. I'm gonna have to do it some more
Naturally.
and figure out what exactly I'm doing wrong. Although at the very beginning, I was just kind of just like twiddling my thumbs and being like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I
I'm trying to
realized,
figure out why I have a $65 charge at my account from this last Sunday at 4 in the morning.
do you know what it's tied with?
Apparently it's tied with a Best Buy purchase, but I was asleep. And I just logged in to check my pre-order stuff, and ain't nothing coming out at this moment.
Well, that's exciting. And by
It
that
is
I mean
very
not at all.
exciting.
No, I want to check my bank account. Hello.
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 Did anything exciting happen?
Absolutely.
I'm real pumped.
Lucky.
We are on a small ship. I guess you guys would be the only two that would have bunked together. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think there's a chance anybody really would have seen what happened.
I was in the captain's quarters.
What happened?
It is
Nothing.
not my story to tell.
I just hear nothing.
I like the idea of not telling them until it happens, until it's.
Ah, fuck, this is so cool. Ah.
Does anybody else have any beginning of the morning rituals? We've got 2 mage armor slaps. Do you guys slap each other or yourselves?
We could well,
Mage armor. Whoopsh.
I
High
think we
five.
slapped
We
each
do it-
other.
We just high five each other, and then we both have mage armor.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we passed each other and like in like a hallway. We just kind of slap each other in the hand, and just like suddenly you just see this like purple sheen on Cal and then green sheen on me. It's just like nice, and then we just walk off.
I was gonna say yeah.
And
So
it
like
sounds
you wearing
like-
like animated bone armor, and he's wearing like lavender tessellated armor.
Yeah.
from the Sonic game from the Sega Genesis, the sound wow shield. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like too when it powers up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Kig, since you have in the past, for whatever reason, been our lookout in the crow's nest, I think more for your ability to climb than your ability to see,
Yeah.
which is a weird way to choose a lookout.
Clouds blocking the sun.
I would like you to make a perception roll because I have only 3 random encounters on my random encounter table for the entirety of our ocean voyage, and we've now seen 2 of them.
Oh, perfect.
Wait, 2?
Well, the ghost ship was the first one, and I just rolled a 17 on my random table.
So that's
Oh.
our second one.
This is our second one.
We're about to find out.
Ooh, I got a 20.
Excellent.
Oh, that's advantage. I guess you can count the 19.
Oh, you
Oh,
did
no,
the
20 was
first one.
the first one.
No,
yeah,
you just
my
chose the
bad.
first one.
Thank you.
Excuse me. From the top of the crow's nest, you see what you think is a large vessel on the horizon. You watch it for a few minutes before you like sound the alarm because you don't see sails. It would be like if a ship your size didn't have masts or sails. You're not quite sure what to make of it. It could be a wreck. You just want to get more information before you take it to the captain. We get a
it's gonna
little
be
bit
actual
closer.
pirates.
No one else seems to have noticed anything. They're too low probably to the sea to have seen it. But as we get closer, it seems like there are several vessels next to together, and they're just kind of gently bobbing in the waves. There's no mast, no flag, no anything, and they don't seem to be moving, really at all. Maybe the vessels are anchored. It's really hard to make out, but it's certainly probably worth getting other people's attention now.
Oh, yeah, I go and tell Leo. Leo, we've got a situation here.
What's up?
I see some weird ships. I think they're ships. They look like ships, but they don't have any sails or masts. They're just kind of like bathtubs in the water. Giant bathtubs.
I actually really like that analogy.
Bathtubs. Okay. Did the captain's quarters by chance have an eyeglass that I could use to zoom in on this location that he's
For sure.
talking about?
I see some weird shit.
What I heard basics, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I see weird shits. Are you in the restroom, and should I be concerned?
You want me to get a doctor?
It
No, I'm
is
just proud.
I'm going to consult the rest of the crew, and by the rest of the crew, I mean specifically the people in this Discord.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pass around the eyeglass and be like, "What do you all make of this?"
Who is there? Anybody proficient in perception?
Nope.
classic D&D.
Actually, yes. Yes, there is.
Oh no.
That makes sense for the druid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the cartographer, or well, I guess stellar cartographer.
I'm just waiting for him to go, hey, look, it's a sign that says let's go home.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm proficient in perception, and then just do this, misreading it purposely. But
Marius, why don't you, taking the spyglass, make a perception roll with advantage, please? That's quite good. Sorry, I'm getting that delay again where I can see the word perception, but the boxes are grayed out for a second.
Weird.
It happens like, I don't know, once a month with all the games I run, and I don't know what to do. It eventually goes away. The description of several large bathtubs floating on the ocean, while crude, is surprisingly not entirely wrong. I'm just going to show you guys the map. This is Marius's best version of recounting what he sees.
Allow me to first state that I think it's ridiculous that you know what a bath is, Kobold.
Hey, Junk,
I've been in some interesting homes.
I know the game that you pulled that from.
Guys, this is Waterworld. Let's stay away.
Oh, it's like the
look.
game Raft.
Oh, that game's so good.
It's a good game. I really like that game.
Welcome to Trash Island.
So it does appear like, yeah, Trash Island. It's a series of really poorly crafted buildings all put together, basically floating detritus. You see like a windmill for probably harnessing wind power, like a mill. You see a rain catch basin, maybe even some kind of, a desalinator. There's fishing hatcheries. The whole thing is just like it's like a small floating village.
You're going to make me walk on garbage, aren't you, Captain?
I mean, you can stay on the boat. I'm not going to make you do anything.
Let's ram it.
We could
Let's ram
perhaps
it.
find some things to trade.
no.
Blood for the blood god.
Do I feel a hostile intent for these people at all?
You're way too far away to really even see people. To Marius's best vision and description, there are maybe half a dozen bodies milling about chores throughout this little raft city.
I
But he
asked
can't make
Marius
out faces.
if there's any hostile intent from their action.
Oh, yes, I think we have quite a bit to be afraid of the man fishing.
Do I interpret his sarcasm?
It's hard because he's so smart and snarky. It's hard to read sometimes whether he's making fun of you or not. You can make an insight check.
I'll do that. How do I do an insight? Where is that? Let me see.
Yeah, Marius.
There it is. Okay.
That seems good.
Yeah, this is sarcasm for sure.
Okay. Then I definitely don't want to ram them. No ramming will be done today.
Oh.
But I think we should come into port with them and see, and maybe talk with them. What's happening?
Yo, bro, how's it going?
Bro.
Maybe we can trade some supplies, get some information.
Oh, yes, I look forward to seeing all of their crops.
You guys move in at a not aggressive speed. I'm assuming no mist.
We'll go no mist.
Um,
No fart cloud.
Unless someone decides to fart cloud anyways.
Nice.
I'm not going to take that word from anybody.
Seems like you guys take your time trying your best to be seen as you slowly approach this village, just to make sure your intentions are not misread. As you get closer, you can see a sleeveless man come to the edge of the village, where it's attached to a boat, an old ship that is no longer seaworthy. He's got long white braided hair, and his arms are covered in tattoos. And he just seems to be waiting for you to get close enough to be within earshot. soon your vessel is within 30 or 40 feet of his trash draft. And he calls out to you and asks if you're here for trade.
Yeah.
Yes. we are.
Sure.
And he asks if he can speak to your captain.
Yes.
I do that thing where I get down on my knee and I put my arms out in like a V, sideways V, and I'm just like, this guy.
He chuckles twice and he went, no, the real captain.
I do it again, just like with my arms, and like,
This is Captain Ghost Puncher.
he punched a ghost once.
He punches ghosts, yeah. Insulting.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Have you never seen a dwarven captain before?"
He
I'm also gonna be like,
chuckles slightly and says, the most offensive thing about you isn't that you're a dwarf.
now you're gonna see this guy that's quite regal that's gonna show up, and he's gonna claim to be the captain. He is not actually the captain.
I'm
Just heads up.
Can I arm wrestle this guy? Can I just like prove to him that I'm better than him?
Push him
He
to
says,
the
it
ground.
is that very impulse that makes me think you are not the captain. You seem only interested in vainglorious pursuits of your own personal strength, of your own personal success. A captain must live for others,
Man,
which is
who
how
are
I
you?
can deduce you are not the captain.
Reed steps forward and with his best, damn it, I lost the word. The best of his ability explains to him, yes, sir, it may be hard to believe, but this is our captain and we follow him. He has commanded that we meet up with you to see if possibly can arrange trade of some sort. Or
He says,
information.
that is promising to have the respect of one's crew. Interesting. He takes a moment.
Hey, that vainglorious guy I just talked
So
about.
glorious.
I just want to say like very confidently, like he's semi part of the crew. He's more just on the boat.
I want to be clear, he doesn't respect me, but to be fair, he's also not part of the crew, so...
He might not respect me, but he sure as damn will heal me.
He thinks for a moment, and then waves out to you with an outstretched palm. You can see that even the palm of his hand is tattooed. And he says, I am Caspian. Welcome to Driftwood.
Huh.
He uses his other arm to, like, present this glorious hamlet that he is the mayor of, and he does it pridefully. You guys see a floating garbage heap, but he takes a look at your ship as you're getting it closer and says,
Is that a motherfucking Narnia reference?
Yes.
I like to drop Easter eggs where I can.
Motherfucking
Nice, I
Prince
like it.
Caspian.
No, it's Mayor Caspian. Come on.
Oh
That's what
my
he,
god.
he just said that. Okay.
Says it looks like she's been rebuilt a few times.
Yeah, we've shipwrecked on Exile, and we rebuilt it, and now we're here.
I don't know what is exile.
Oh, you've never
Well,
been there.
you
I
would-
wouldn't
you would-
recommend it.
You wouldn't
That's
know it.
fair.
Most people don't leave. We got lucky.
He says, I am a community full of people who got lucky. Are you looking for repairs for your tattered ship?
Tattered ship. I don't like this guy's remarks.
I mean, he's not wrong. We
Is it
just
broken?
read him something.
Yeah, but he lives in
Hey,
a
I
garbage
wonder
bag.
why.
Whose idea was that, Leo?
100% mine.
He says that they have fish, meat, vegetable, nuts, and other dried preserves. He has fresh water, canvas wooden rope for repairing. He's got a small collection of trade goods from other travelers, even some powerful magical items that might interest the likes of wealthy travelers such as yourselves.
We're
Where'd he get the
100%
fresh water?
interested.
I'm sorry, there were two
And-
questions at the same time, and I didn't hear either of them really.
Go ahead, Basics.
I just said, where does he get the fresh water and vegetables?
I collect and grow.
Grow? Like here? In the middle of the sea?
Yes, he motions to what he calls the greenhouse. It's a small paddock with an open ceiling, no roof to it, and it's just like plywood base that's just been filled with dirt from God knows what collected sources. And you can see stalks of grown vegetables. He's got
Trash.
2 large catch basins for catching water, and he tells you that he can extract the salt from the sea. Makes it
Damn.
perfectly drinkable.
Do you have any sweets?
He's tells you that the youngest citizen of Driftwood makes a kelp candy.
Ew.
That's the closest thing to sweets that they have. But he likes it.
Okay.
Chewy.
I'd like to tell him that we're interested in some of these magical items.
He says you're welcome to come aboard, and we can peruse my stockpile of trade goods. What have you brought with you for trade?
Cold hard gold.
Yeah.
Is that
Gold.
all we have? What else do we have?
A chimera. You want a chimera?
I look over at Cake. No.
We also have a lot of the bits and bobs that I think we took from that the cave that Kig
I do
died
have
in.
I
Not
have a
Kig,
tattered flag.
Baz died in.
I do have a tattered pirate's flag that I stole. Well, I didn't steal. I recovered it.
I recovered it. Yeah. Salvage operation.
Yeah.
Legitimate salvage.
He tells you that he does trade in gold, although often goods are more valuable out here.
I wonder
He
why.
asks if you'll be coming aboard via your dinghy, or if he should put together a boarding raft for you.
I'm
take the
gonna
boarding
ask Opie if we can take the UARC over.
As always, only if Opie captains it. So you have to be relinquishing your command to him while you're on board his vessel.
I mean, clearly, because he's the captain of that armada or of
Mhm.
that ship.
And he stands by, having the crew members ready to deploy the UARC, and they each salute him. And lower it into the water.
Did we get him like a
Skeletons?
little captain's hat?
We didn't, but we should.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna give
Cover
him a
his
captain's hat.
brains.
I'm gonna
Cover
tell
his
Opie.
brains. Yes.
I'm gonna tell Opie if he ferries us across to Driftwood, we will get him a captain's hat if possible.
He very much likes this idea. It seems like an instant agreeal.
Okay.
He stops you though. Before you guys actually cast off the ship, once you're both, you and he are in the UARC, he says, if both captains are here, who's in charge of the ship while we're away? Which honestly is a fair question.
First mate Jezza, you have command of the ship.
Wait, what?
Raise my hand. Subject is like, woohoo!
Does that mean
What is this vessel?
So let's create a boarding party versus a staying on board the ship. If Jezza's staying put, that's fine. But if Jezza also wants to come,
No, I'll stay on the ship.
is there anybody else who wants to stay on the ship?
No way.
I'm staying with my friend.
No, I like this mayor.
I want to see this town.
Okay.
Kel, are you coming with us?
Yeah, I'm coming with.
Nice.
What about your band of skeletons?
Skeleton is just staying on the ship.
Yeah, that's not even.
I tell them to follow the orders of the captain, which is Jezza, for the moment until I get back.
They just silently nod. One of them has to keep affixing his jaw because every time he nods, the jaw falls off.
And then they all stare at Jezza.
Either waiting for orders or sizing you up for a meal.
And then I kind of like elbow Jess. I'm like, I think that one's blinking.
The amount of eyeballs.
Okay. So, yeah.
You get to the dinghy, crosses the 40-50 feet so that your ship doesn't rock into this and destroy this small little floating trash heap that is driftwood. And you are welcomed on board by the mayor of Driftwood, Caspian, who says he can send over his technician to have a look at any of the structural damage on your ship and take a look below the waterline if you'd like.
I'm confident that our ship is 100% capacity and structural integrity, but it's never a bad idea to have it checked out anyways. So sure.
Okay. He blows a whistle that dangles around his neck. It's like a long cylindrical metal tube. The sound that it produces is high pitched and is barely heard by you. And you can hear the sound of two sets of very heavy footfalls on this rickety wooden bridge. You hear them long before you see them. Two very large construct-looking beings emerge from the central house that has the windmill on it, and he tells them, inspect their vessel for damage and report back. And they nod at each other, nod at him, and they both just jump off the left and right side of the dock, seemingly sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
I love it. I ask him how much.
He says, how much for what?
The constructs.
Oh, I couldn't sell them. I don't own them.
Well, who does?
He says, you've got a lot to learn about Driftwood. Flotsam and Jetsam aren't owned by anyone. They're their own people.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Interesting.
Where's Ursula?
I'll have to recommend
Convince them to be
Yeah. crewmates. Absolutely.
Oh my god, they're warforged.
Yeah, he claims he found them in a shipwreck and used what little tinkering knowledge he has to put them back together, but they awoke fully conscious with their own life force and their own will. They're quite good at what they do as well, knowing far more about repairing and tinkering than I ever did. Strong as the day is long, also. Very helpful here.
I think we should review that our captain just tried to buy two sentient beings.
Yeah, right?
Perhaps he would like to trade off Opie in exchange.
You fucking may not.
I'm down.
That's not a bad idea.
Did I hear I'm down from somebody here?
You've seen the back of his head? That shit's gross.
Hey, Leah, how much do you enjoy being both the captain and alive?
I mean, the real question is, do dwarves consider constructs alive? Go.
Do
I
dwarves
think
make,
that's a personal
make
choice.
the contracts?
Yeah, I think it's a personal choice.
As a okay, I won't go down that route because that's too much lore.
But that is Flotsam, Jetsam, and Caspian.
I love it.
Like their
I love
names.
them all.
Why does Caspian look familiar?
He looks like a monk.
He is.
No, he looks like somebody from a character from an actual something.
He says, while your vessel is being looked at, would you like a tour?
Yes.
Yes.
please.
Reed sidles right up to him. Yes, please.
He walks you around each of the areas, showing you the fishery paddocks where they keep an inlet where fish native to the ocean can swim in but cannot swim out, allowing them to sustainably harvest fish for food. He shows you the desalination machine that he built that allows him to remove the salt from seawater so that it's drinkable.
That's amazing.
Yeah, with the wind catching machine that turns the grinding press and a couple of the other smaller machines in his workshop. There are a number of fishermen residents that live here. There's also a family of very, like, despite the fact that this is a island in the middle of the ocean, very pale, fair-skinned people with each of them long, straight, dark black hair. And they don't come out of their house, staying in the shadows of their building instead. But he tells you that you may have heard of them. Those are the Baranovs.
What now?
He goes, they try every time. No one's ever heard of them. They swear to me they're royalty from Stackamere, but no one's ever heard of them.
Can I make a history check?
Are you proficient in it?
No, I am not. I just have a high one.
You can make it with disadvantage.
Okay.
Go
It would
kill.
be a very esoteric piece of knowledge for you to randomly know, but
Nope.
And
That's still
Only-
good for disadvantage.
it is pretty good for disadvantage. You don't necessarily know them particularly well, like you can't recall family lineage or a specific history. But there is a region in Stackamere called Baranov. So like that at least potentially tracks. Like they could very well be displaced royalty.
There's liars.
Or they're just
Okay.
people who also knew a name of a region from Stackamere.
or they're also vampires.
Ooh. Hey, you're not here.
Is Stackamere the
Hey, you're not here.
continent we're on?
Stackamere is one of the 4 nations on the same continent, Iosoterra, that Pendilor is on. That's the
Okay.
dark continent to the north of Pendilor. Or, well,
Definitely.
I guess north and west.
Definitely vampires.
Should definitely recommend passage to them.
Considering where Reed's monastery is located, would he have had previous experience, possibly, since the monastery geographically was close to the northwestern section?
I don't want to give anything away, but it is unlikely he ever would have encountered them.
Okay.
You can make the same history roll if you don't have disadvantage. If you don't have proficiency, the history roll would be at disadvantage.
I would actually like to try that, if that's okay.
Sure.
Oh, damn, where'd it go?
Go read.
Disadvantage and
Oh no, is he good at reading?
Nope.
nope.
He's just really kind.
Mhm. Yeah. The naming conventions from that area of the world are all very similar. So you can't really. It doesn't ring any more true or false to you than it would to anyone else. Like if you were going to forge a name, that's a very believable forgery. Or out here in the middle of nowhere, it sounds real and believable enough to you.
I mean,
Okay.
I feel like we could offer them passage back.
I mean, if
Don't
they
offer
have
them
any,
passage home if you have no intention of going home.
We'll
Can
get there
I-
eventually.
well, first question: is Marius with us?
Oh yeah,
I think-
of course. He likes the
Okay.
I
river.
wanted to see this.
Can
Cool.
Reed
Yeah.
just say that he's never heard the name before, but it does sound familiar, like a land from afar?
I mean, Kel will probably mention that he knows, or they know about that, or they know of that place.
Then yeah, Reed will agree
He
with you
chuckles.
somehow.
Really? Royalty? He nods like in this sort of disrespectful curtsy and bows. My lord and lady.
Oh, that's funny.
Like despite the fact that he's making fun of him, you do get a sense that he's got like a deep and sort of abiding respect for all of the people that call Driftwood their home. Like he kind of collects strays. And they
Leo-
all become a part of his pack.
Is also going to bow to these people out of respect because he thinks that's what we're doing.
Kel
Love
is
it.
also going to bow, just so Leo doesn't look like a complete idiot.
Kel?
Like this
Just say
man
thanks
who's
for
giving
the
his tour is like this man who's giving his tour is basically like, yes, these people are royalty, my lord and lady. And I'm like, oh well, shit. Okay, yeah. Hello.
Where's the
Oh,
girl who
boy.
makes the candy?
We'll get there. Taking you guys away from the Baranov's house, he winds past where his house and workshop is, taking you to a stockpile of trade goods, which is adjacent to the apothecary's shop. He introduces you to an old man who wears spectacles named Tully, and he says that this man is one of the greatest alchemists he's ever known, and is chiefly responsible for keeping this heap afloat. And lastly, playing on one of the open air bridges that connects diagonally across this small city, you find the young girl Kendra. He has some side conversation with her about her practicing her forms, and she says yes. But he asks if she's got any kelp candy. From a small satchel on her waist, she opens up this small little, like, kind of like leather-bound bag, and it's got a bunch of hard, sticky green candies in it, offering it freely to any of you.
Reed will take one.
I will try one and see if Opie would like one as well.
I'll
Opie
take
would
one.
like one.
Okay.
She generously hands each of you one candy and says, "The first one's free, but the next one will cost you."
Is
How
she
much?
Mickey Mouse?
I can't really
Yeah.
do a woman's voice well,
Sorry.
Wonder
especially a
why.
small.
Well then,
woman.
I'm sorry.
How do they
Well, now
taste?
don't you just look like a damn fool?
They're initially salty, but as they melt away, there is some kind of hidden, almost kind of honey sweetness to it. It's actually a very complex candy. It's quite satisfying.
I don't like it.
So,
Reed's
side
impressed.
note, my boss at work decided to get us a bunch of like international candy this week just to troll us because we kept asking for candy. And so he got us some Indian candy, which is lychee flavored, which I think some of you know what lychee is, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know
Um,
of it. Yes.
so it's delicious on the outside, and then once you get to the center, it's very salty. It tastes like eggs, and it's very disgusting.
Tastes like eggs.
It tastes like salty eggs on the inside.
Oh, that's
No.
nasty.
So it's like the opposite of the candy you just described.
Like farts.
Hey,
I like
would
the
like
candy that was
salty
described
candy.
to me.
Like the lychee flavor on the outside, very delicious, but once you get to the inside, very disgusting.
Try. I would like to buy some of those candies, and I gave you a whisper about a idea that I want to throw past the kid for the candies.
Isn't that kind of just like buying candy?
Whispering to her then, as she walks the side plank doing balancing drills on this very thin rail, she nods twice to you and says, yeah, we could probably do that.
Yeah,
I'll
cool.
have to talk to Tully."
That's not like Mickey Mouse.
I'm just gonna say you do a very good Mickey Mouse without realizing it.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Dang.
Reed wants to buy some candy.
Holy shit.
She normally does one bag for a silver. That's her going price. Do you want to pay the rate? Do you want to negotiate?
I will pay the rate,
Reed would
especially if
also-
she'll do the special for me.
Yeah,
Reed
she
would
says,
also just happily pay the rate. Say thank
Okay.
you. Candy is
each
very
of you
delicious.
marks off a silver piece for me. For
How many
you, Kelsey
silver
says,
total? Oh, sorry.
1 silver for the bag of candy, but for your special request, it might cost more.
Okay. How many other bags besides mine are we buying?
One.
Just one?
I think
Okay.
Reed wanted one, yeah.
Then let me know how much it costs later, and I will deduct it.
Oh God! With both of his hands on his hips, Caspian just says, "And that's home." So, what do you think? Ready to get down to some trading?
I think we
Munching
already
on a
started trading.
piece of seaweed candy. Reed talks through with his mouth full. And it's like, oh, it's a very lovely place. Oh. Didn't you say something about magical items? God, this candy's delicious.
How did this city fare after that huge storm that passed through here? That's what I'm wondering.
He doesn't recall a huge storm.
Well, okay.
That was just us.
I guess so, huh?
So these magical items you have.
He puts a finger up to you, Captain, like he's not rudely silencing you, but he's in the middle of a thought as he's eyeing Kig up and down.
What, never seen one of me before?
he just says, not in the flesh, no. You're a kobold, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you pink skins are everywhere.
That's fair. He just says, pointing upwards at the sky, isn't this murder for you?
I didn't particularly ask to be here.
He says, follow me into my shop. I might have something that could help you.
Sunglasses.
I'm interested. Okay.
He invites the rest of you guys to follow back to his shop, which is directly adjacent to his home. It's the only 2-story building on the floating city of Driftwood. He has a couple of stools sit out, but not nearly enough for all of you. So he says y'all have to figure out who's sitting, who's standing, and who's waiting outside because it's a very small building.
Marius Jack's stool.
Nice.
I just plop onto the floor.
There's an array of stuff. There are several glass ampules laid out in a display case. There's a very shiny suit of chainmail armor. There's a crossbow, a couple of sheathed daggers, and an array of like bone needles and a small hammer used in the art of tattooing, as well as several glowing inks.
Ooh.
I really
While
want
you
the
guys are
chainmail.
sort of taking the sights in, he throws a pair of thick black glass goggles on the desk and says, "You know what those are?"
Yes. I think I understand what you're saying.
He says that he calls them flash blinders goggles, but he says it's meant to dilute the impact of a flash blind grenade,
Which
so people could use them without punishment. He goes, but I bet you if you put them on, give it a try.
it helped me with the sun. I put them on my head and I kind of step outside for a bit and I test them.
Yeah, it looks the daytime high noon sun looks just like dark vision does at night. You are not vision restricted.
Ooh. I like them. How much?
He says, I don't know. What do you think they're worth?
I'll give you some Chimera guts that spilled in my bag from earlier.
Says, kobolds aren't interesting people.
That's still good.
Kobold guts don't interest me a ton. If you
Wait,
have any
kobold guts?
No, Chimera
or,
guts.
Chimera guts don't interest him a ton.
Chimera guts.
He says he could probably get rid of them if you wanted to deal in gold for 50 gold. They're probably worth more to someone who specifically needs them for that job, but the likelihood of him ever meeting someone who needs them for that is incredibly small. And since you could use them, he thinks like 50 gold's a good deal.
I think that's fair.
I'll give you 40. I mean, you kind of just told me you're never going to sell them.
He says he likes to wear them when he's surfing.
Oh, sure.
And
I
like this guy.
For 40 gold, he can just keep using them while he surfs.
Oh my gosh. Okay, take the money. Cal, please, can I have 50 gold?
Yes, here you
welcome
go.
to Cal.
I like how I'm in charge of the gold, even though I'm also eating the gold sometimes.
Yeah,
No,
I
no.
don't think
That's why we
Lee's the only
trust
one
you
who
with
saw
it.
you eat the gold, right? So
I know.
Leo's gonna be eyeing that chainmail, and is curious about it.
Okay. Basics, or
Yeah.
you can add flash blinders goggles to your inventory,
Cool. I like
and they do what they say on the tin.
turn around and walk up as I'm like looking at them through underneath. Alright, sorry.
What is with
It creates an almost bug-eyed appearance because they're meant for, medium-sized humanoid, so they swim a little bit on you, but it looks either menacing or comical depending on the lighting. Two things are happening. You're inspecting the chainmail armor, and Reed asks him, why does the ink glow like that? He stoops down to Reed and says, I'll let you in on a little secret. Because the ink is magic.
Is that
Oh.
why you're not wearing sleeves?
What does it
He-
do?
He jokingly aside says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a monk. Usually can peg my own."
I've never dabbled with magical ink and tattoos before. I've heard of them. Oh gosh, do I know this? No, I don't. I'm gonna say Reed doesn't know.
He's gonna ask, "You've never? What kind of training do you do?"
I've practiced the way of the Sun Soul, channeling my ki into fiery bursts of radiant energy.
He stands on the prow and goes, "Ya! Ha!" a bunch.
Oh, yeah, one of those, huh? All show and no go. All right.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, let's not do that.
Poor Reed.
Uh, but he explains that it is a quintessential part of his monastic training is that he brands himself with these magical tattoos that both serve as like a measure of his progress in the discipline and grant him, supernatural powers.
Would you be willing to show me some of these and how they work?
And can you tattoo Scoots?
He says that he can tattoo anything he can penetrate with this bone needle. He presses it gently against your shoulder and said, "Yeah, shouldn't be a problem."
Oh.
Reed is intrigued, definitely.
So is Kig.
Read to your question about a demonstration. He strikes a very impressive and imposing fighting stance, and there's suddenly the ink, the patterns on his arm shift and begin to look like the flailing tentacles of a large kraken or octopus, and he generates coiling shadow tentacles out of his hand that writhe and grab several cans and jars off of the far wall and lash, bringing them towards him.
Ooh.
Oh,
Once he's done activating the shadow tendrils, they resume the form of the still tattoos that were on his body before they started. But the ink itself almost seems like alive and mutable.
Reed gasps. He's amazed. He's in awe.
What are some of the other tattoos?
He explains that the bone needles that he uses are basically specific spells. He loads the ink in his ammunition, if you want to think of it that way, and the needles that he currently has are for Coiling Grasp, which he just demonstrated, Eldritch Claws, Masquerade, and the Shadowfell brand.
Ooh. What is the Shadowfell brand?
You can look all of these up in the. Actually, I guess I can just tell you, huh? Probably faster.
There's a monk way of the tattoos. That's pretty cool.
The Shadowfell brand is the most rare and difficult tattoo he has. Says he can do this only once with the materials he has. It requires an attunement slot, grants you dark vision out to a range of 60 feet, advantage on stealth checks, and you can use your reaction once per day. Whenever you take damage, you become insubstantial for a moment, taking only half that damage instead.
Oh.
Reed wants the tattoo.
I kind of already have all of that. Some sort of facet, at
Oh,
least, with the
that's funny.
evasiveness and Skulker and.
The Masquerade tattoo. These all require an attunement slot. This is a more common one. He could do 2 of these. It grants this. It. Hold on, let me finish reading. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, and that's a dangerous proposition.
That's the one that gives you a disguise self spell, and
Yeah.
also you can just change the shape and pattern of the ink.
If you want to look like a biker badass and be able to disguise yourself, that's a good one.
Oh, that one actually is really tight.
Yeah.
Eldritch Claw. creates unarmed strikes are considered magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance and immunity. You also gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with unarmed strikes. And then once per day, you can create the Eldritch Maul, which as a bonus action, you empower that tattoo for 1 minute. For the duration, your melee attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can reach up to 15 feet away from you, using inky tendrils. In addition, the melee attacks do an extra d6 of damage.
That sounds really good.
Damn, yeah.
It does. And then Coiling Grasp is the last two. And you can also make 2 of these. But
I'm
says they're
trying to
quite
look this stuff
expensive.
up. Where are you finding that?
This is in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
The grasping tendrils. While the tattoo is on your skin, you can, as an action, cause the tattoo to extrude into inky tendrils within reach for a creature that you can see within 15 feet of you. The creature makes a dex or strength saving throw, or takes 3d6 force damage and is grappled by you. As an action, the creature can escape.
That's sweet.
He's also got like generic repair stuff: fishing gear, rope, wood, canvas for repairing ships, spices, meats, fish, nuts, fresh water. He's got several potions that I'm shortcutting because I want to get through this before we run out of time tonight. Several potions of aqueous form, several potions of healing, and a potion of greater healing. And he tells you that the chainmail armor is actually constructed entirely of pure adamantine.
Oh.
Oh, I want that one.
Who's it made to fit for?
It's made for a dwarf.
Magical items can fit anyone.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it will
right.
adjust in size.
Okay, cool. I mean, it is kind of fair that the tank should probably get something like that.
Yeah, I think we should prioritize Leo getting that chainmail.
I kind of need to upgrade my AC. It's pretty shit right now.
How much is the chainmail?
He tells you that's probably the most expensive item he's got in his collection. If he had to assign a gold value to it, he doesn't believe he could let it go for any less than 600. He suspects he could get twice that at auction, but we're nowhere near a city.
Well, we did just get a free 600 gold for Leo's decision of ramming that ship.
How convenient.
How convenient.
I think we should buy the chainmail for Leo. Any
He's
objections?
already a thunder god. We should buy it for Kig.
I mean, to be fair, because I became a thunder god, I'm now attuned to medium armor, and I wasn't before.
So wait. Do we have something around the effect of 1100 gold or something, Cal?
Roughly 1200.
Okay.
Just
How much?
Just under, 9 under 1200.
I'm for
How
it.
much are the tattoos going to cost?
Yeah, that's what
he says. The simple tattoos he can part with the ink and the needle for 200 gold a pop. The Shadowfell brand requires expensive material components, and that's going to run between 400 and 500 gold. He won't know until he sees how long it's going to take him.
What was the tattoo that gave you an extra attack roll? Was it, or not an extra attack roll, but it rolled a d6 for you?
Oh, that's the Eldritch Claw for unarmed attacks.
But it's unarmed, remember?
Yeah, it is unarmed. Yeah, that might be good for Reed, honestly.
Does that stack with his radiant punches?
I would assume at least once,
not
right?
the ranged version, but any of his unarmed strikes, yes.
Holy shit, Reed.
As the only person in the party that doesn't have dark vision, I feel like I should get the Shadowfell brand.
That's 500 gold. Are we gonna just go broke on this guy?
Reed also does not have dark
Well,
vision.
What about water and food, and also maybe that greater healing potion, and just in case?
I think we're good on healing right now.
Marius, don't mean to insult, buddy.
I have this really cool tattered pirate's flag. I want to see how much store credit he'd be willing to give us for it.
Store credit.
It's a very infamous pirate flag.
Hi, welcome to
So-
GameStop on Driftwood City.
I still have the harvest pennant from the first game.
Nice.
I saw the toy shield as well, but I don't want to get rid of that. It's too cool.
He asks you to explain the provenance of this pirate flag, as you call it.
It was from the Dread Pirate Captain Thaddeus. He and his crew got lost in a chimera cave and were burnt to a crisp. But
Is it
their
Thaddeus or Daddius?
flag, Thaddeus, Thaddeus.
Oh, I thought you were like Daddy, like Daddius.
No, Thaddeus with a TH.
Oh,
Um,
less
and
exciting.
when we went into that cave to slay the chimeras, which, by the way, I still have a red dragon head from one of those chimeras if he's interested. We also recovered the pirate flag.
Interesting. He considers your offer. He asks if the red dragon's head of the chimera has its horns intact. Those
believe
might
it
be
has
valuable.
one horn intact. I believe one of them was
Smashed
removed.
He asks if he can see it.
Sure. I don't have it. I'm gonna assume I don't have it on me since it's big enough, but it's gonna be on the
It'll
ship,
be
so
on
I'm
the
gonna go
ship.
back and get it.
It won't take long to ferry it back and forth. At that time, when you're coming back with the Chimera Dragon's Head, you also see that Flotsam and Jetsam have emerged, covered in seaweed and sopping wet, and are just walking along the driftwood boardwalk, heading towards his shop.
Mayor, can I add something to this negotiation?
Certainly.
I'm going to pull out my star map gizmo. So I also have 300 years worth of star charts. I imagine that a vessel like yours will probably make good use out of them.
That is intriguing. I'll have to run it by Tully. That's more his expertise. But it seems like this could be valuable to us.
I'm happy to speak with Tully as well. It will, of course, take some time to transcribe those charts, but I will do the best I can if it helps.
Once the Chimera Head is back, he spent some time evaluating that. Tully's come over to the shop and spoken with both Marius and he about the the value of having hundreds of years of collected star chart data. He tells you that for the antique pirate flag, the Chimera Head in as-is condition, and the transcribed tome of star chart data, he'd be willing to give you guys 200 gold in trade-in value. He also says that he's spoken with Flotsam and Jetsam, and the good news is there are only minor superficial cracks to the ship's hull that they can patch it up using some water-resistant resin. But he said that it should be fine if you wanted to go without the repair. I just wouldn't hit anything again anytime soon.
How much is the repair?
He says that Flotsam and Jetsam can do it for 20 gold.
Well, I think we should take it, and then we can also buy Reed's tattoo with that. Unless Marius wanted something with that money that he's getting for his maps, and then we can also buy the Shadow brand for.
Is
Kel.
are there any wizards on this driftwood as well?
He nods at you and says, "No respect, or no offense, but I've never seen much of a need."
I was just going to share spells if there were any, but if there's no one here, that's fine.
It's fine. The value of this chart will be taken out in keeping this dwarf alive longer.
That's Captain Dwarf to you.
No, it's not.
You're right.
You're right. You're right. I don't want to press us. We've got a little bit left in time for tonight. I'd like to finalize purchases.
Okay. So
don't
I think
wanna
we should do
force
the
people into a
tattoos.
decision, but let's do it.
We should do the tattoos. We should do the chainmail. And then
And
we
the
already bought the
repair.
goggles, correct?
Yeah, the goggles were 50 gold.
I already deducted the goggles, so those are done.
Okay. Real quick, does anyone have any healing potions on them? Because I feel like we should probably restock on a couple of those
That's what I was thinking.
just in case.
Because currently I don't. I don't think
We don't want another Zaz situation.
Please don't spend all of my gold, though. I do want to take some of it home.
Oh.
But we're not
Well.
going home.
He's got 3 potions of healing at 50 gold a pop, and he's got 1 potion of greater healing. That his alchemist Tully assures him would sell for between 250 and 500 gold in any market in the kingdom. But because he likes you and because of their remote location, he says he can let it go for 200.
Oh my god. Alright, what are we buying? Because with the
So-
Shadow Brand and the Chainmail alone, that's 1100 gold. We got 200 gold credit.
So, Reed, was there any tattoos you specifically wanted?
To be perfectly honest, right now I'm a little overwhelmed trying to figure this out as a player. So
Okay.
I will gladly take any advice into consideration, including not getting a tattoo, based on group decision at this point.
I mean, I was thinking because of all the unarmed attacks that you do, the Eldritch Claw would be a no-brainer. It's just an additional attack roll or an additional damage.
I don't actually need the Shadowbrand tattoo. I'm actually fine. I can disguise self at a better DC than that will give me. So we don't actually need to buy that.
Okay.
With
Really,
the
just the shadowy defense would be more for what I would do it for.
with the Eldritch, all it offers is the +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, versus the other secondary effect I already have as a monk.
Right.
I mean, but doesn't it also like
Doesn't it give you
add on top of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't
You can-
it stack?
My hands are already considered magical.
No,
arms.
but it also adds a 1d6 to all attack rolls
Yeah.
that are
yeah,
within.
that would
When
add
you
on
in-
to-
When you
yes.
activate the maul, yeah.
Once a day.
Once per day for 10 minutes, you can
That's it.
attack with a range of 15 feet and do an extra d6, and then all the time it's an extra 1 to attack and damage. I will tell you that since you're having a hard time parsing this, anytime you can get a bonus to attack and damage, that's pretty valuable, especially in 5e where bonuses to attack specifically are very hard to come by, and so any kind of mathematical incremental advantage is actually very significant.
No, I very much am on board.
Yeah. I think he should get it
Oh, wait.
personally. Since Jezza's not here, she doesn't really have a choice. Sorry, Jezza.
No, it's okay. I
That's a
am
+1
performing
staff.
miracles on the ship.
I confused the Shadowfell brand with the Masquerade. I can definitely use both of those things for Shadowfell brand. Sorry.
Okay.
Uh,
We wanted to finalize purchases, not go back.
But I don't
Um,
need it, but it's also okay.
It's up to you. I'm happy.
All right. So my recommendation is 2 potions, just normal potions. The Eldritch tattoo for Reed and the Mithril armor for myself, or Adamantium armor. Sorry.
That was 2 of the normal potions.
Yeah, that's my
100 gold.
recommendation.
How much is the Eldritch Claw tattoo?
200 gold,
Okay, so that's going to be 800 gold total.
900,
Yeah.
600 for the armor, 200 for the tattoo, and
Oh,
50 for
600.
each of the two. Yep.
And then we have a $200 or 200 gold credit right now with the
Right.
star stars in the head. So really, it's 700.
Yeah.
700, and then we still
That's what I'm
have.
saying. We can get you the dark brand if you wanted to spend all of our gold.
Yeah, we have an extra 400 left over if we want to spend it or if we want to hold on to it.
Should be 500 if you said we had 1200-ish.
I was rounding down.
1191.
Oh.
I currently apparently have 25 gold on myself, so I'll just throw that in the pot and make it 1200. If you want to add that to the pot.
It says
Kel.
I have 97, but I'm
Kel.
pretty sure I put that in the pot, so I'm gonna put that to 0.
Pretty sure everyone put it in the pot already.
All right, well then I'm gonna go ahead and remove this money. Be safe.
Yeah.
So, do you want the tattoo or not?
Yes, I do.
Yes. For Reed,
Feisty,
100%.
do you want the
That's
tattoo or not?
feisty.
I would like the tattoo just
Okay.
because that
We're
is
gonna
just
get it then.
great for me. Okay.
If anyone has any objections, say it now. Otherwise, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when are we gonna see another shop? You know, in the middle of the sea.
Marius, how do you feel about this? Since some of this is your money.
He's pissed.
I'm not sure I appreciate the two of you getting these tattoos that show scholarly advancements when you clearly have not earned them.
Oh my god.
Otherwise, it's fine. Spend the money.
Would you like something in place of me, Marius?
Do you want the
Would you like
tattoos,
some kelp
Marius?
candy?
Seeming a little salty.
Yes, let's get some of the candy as well.
And how much for the candy?
Okay. So I think that's
Alright.
what we're doing.
That's what
Okay.
we're doing, yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can move them from the compendium to character sheets. I'm unsure of this.
While you're at it, can you add the +1 staff of the War Mage to my character sheet so I don't have to keep adding that?
I can add it myself.
Actually, after reading all of this, I'm very excited because that's like dark, inky energy, and then which is a direct contrast to Reed's radiant energy. I'm like, oh, balance, light and dark. Makes for a very
Your
exciting
War Mage
prospect.
wand is already equipped. I don't know why it's not.
It's equipped? Like equipped?
Yeah, it's on your character sheet.
Are you sure it's
I
just
mean-
not just written in?
I will try again.
Anyways, that's what Reed says to Caspian, like in character, while we're all actually debating out of character for everything we want.
Yeah, it has no modifiers tied to it. There we go.
Before
you.
we give them money, I have a question for Caspian.
Okay.
Are they in demand of soap?
Of soap?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Never mind then.
Do you have soap?
I have a lot of soap.
Why do you have a lot of soap?
Because this is gonna be a very dirty adventure, and so I stocked up on it in the beginning.
Fair enough.
I just haven't, I haven't brought it up until now.
Marius, I
time
love you.
Every time you get dunked, they're like suds.
Yeah. I bought 9 bars of soap.
Nice. You know, he actually will take 2 off of your hands for an extra bag of candy.
I'll take it.
Okay.
How much is that Shadow Brand or Shadowfell brand tattoo going to be? Because it was between 400 and 500.
He says in a not disrespectful way, you do not have what he would call advanced musculature. This should be an easy job, and he'll quote it at the lower end of 400.
Okay. So that means we have 91 gold left.
Yay,
The
not
perfect
broke, not
amount.
broke.
I perhaps use my knowledge in the ways of the Sunsoul Monk to reduce that price and offer some sort of a trade in techniques and show him other things.
No, unfortunately for the tattoos, the material cost is set.
Got it.
There's not a lot of wiggle for him.
Well, then Reed will just offer that anyways because that's his nature.
Yeah, he'll take you up on that. You guys can spar. So I'm having the same problem with lab in that your tattoo is not applying a global.
Not apply. I mean, I already added it to myself.
Yeah, I'm talking about Reed's Eldritch Claw,
Oh,
which
okay.
should give him a +1 to attack and damage rolls, and it's just not happening. Which is frustrating. Because it's supposed to. Well, I will play with this another time. It's on your character sheet, and if we get into combat in the next 19 minutes, remember that you're doing 1 extra point of damage.
Is it 1 to attack and to damage, or just
It
to
is,
damage?
yep.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Figure out why the global modifier is not. Or at the very least, I'll just go through and add 1 to each of your attacks.
Just super excited to be wielding Shadow and Light. I'm like, ah!
So the rest of the afternoon, the 2 Warforged are doing repairs to the ship. Reed and Caspian are sparring and exchanging monastic secrets. The rest of you are eating seaweed candy and, watching the sun go down. I didn't
Probably
want to end the session early, but this seems like a okay spot.
Did
Yeah,
you add
that
the
seems fair.
armor to my sheet by chance?
Oh, that's the other thing. I was thinking I had something else to do. I
Okay.
did have something else to do.
Has everyone returned to the ship at the end? Like, are we going to do that at the start of next session, or?
I think we should probably get everybody back on board, yeah.
Okay.
First mate Jezza, I got you a bag of seaweed candy.
Yo!
Oh, how much did my bag of candy cost?
After talking with Tully, the gold leaf you requested.
That was a secret. Try.
I'll whisper it to you.
Yeah.
I
If
guess
there
the
is,
cost doesn't matter. 2 gold.
Okay.
one thing I will add though, as you're returning to the ship, I call over for Kel, and I go like ta-da, and I have the skeleton like not broken, but they're holding on to each other as like gymnasts, and they're in an upside down pyramid.
Nice.
There's only 4 of them, so it's just a diamond.
No, because there's one that's like at the pelvis. He's bent like legs up, arms up. The other 2 are the other corners, and the other one is like stuck in the middle, like holding them all together.
That's fantastic.
I got geometric.
So the it's adamantium armor, correct?
Yes, the chainmail armor bumps your AC up to 16.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Remember that you only get 1 calculation for armor, so you're either using the barbarian unarmored calculation or you're using the chainmail calculation, which is just a flat 16.
Okay,
So I think the chainmail comes out ahead at a flat 16.
it does.
But the quality of it being adamantine is what makes it very valuable. You are basically immune to critical hits.
Okay, I was just confirming with that.
Yeah, adamantine
That's
makes any
pretty good.
critical hit a regular hit instead.
That's super good.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is
especially for our
basically the
tank.
tankiest tanky thing you can have.
Tank.
All right, everybody's back on board. We fare goodbye and adieu to Mayor Caspian and the small city of Driftwood, and we get back on track. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
excellent. Is everybody good to go for 2 weeks from today?
Yep.
Should be.
No.
What day?
The 3rd of September.
Yes.
I will not be here.
that one is going